Hey everybody, once again here with Digga Boys Broadcasting Network. Look at that, we're already going 3 wide. This is in practice. Look, we're here for an insane race, an insane series that we get the privilege to come out here and broadcast. This is the Nexus Sim Racing Grand Prix series. Did I get that right? Something
Grand
like
Prix Championships, yeah. Grand Prix Series, yeah.
Grand Prix.
Either way.
Open wheel, Formula, IndyCar racing here. It doesn't matter. It's going to be great. And I'm super excited to be able to be calling this right now. So, look, we're here at Sebring Short, you might call it. Lots of same characteristics as Sebring, just a little bit shorter. It's going to be lots of fun. We got just a little bit left in practice here. But real quick, Jay, how you doing?
Oh, man. I am excited. I couldn't even sleep last night with how excited I was for this race, this series. This is like a Formula Racing fan's dream right here. We basically took Formula One IndyCar, meshed them together, and formed this amazing series. I'm just over the moon. I'm ready to see this action here tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Me too. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and go into our race preview, race info on what we're going to be seeing tonight here. Tonight it's the Sunshine Grand Prix. This is race 1 here at Sebring. Again, a little bit of the modified Sebring that will be running tonight. A track length of 1.96 miles, track temp of 96 degrees, altitude of 62 feet above seawater. 80 degrees ambient, 46% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and a 10-mile-an-hour wind. This is an open setup IndyCar league that we will have the privilege of broadcasting tonight. A 9-course turn, a standing start, 75 laps. Pace car speed of 60 miles an hour, pit road speed of 45 miles an hour, and every driver out here gets the opportunity to use one quick repair tonight. So, with that being said, let's look at the board real quick. Steven Ritter's up on top in his team McLaren ride that he's got here tonight. Let's go ahead and see. He is on pit road at the moment, not hitting the track. Cameron Keeley. Hey, man, we just got done talking about this dude last night. He is up in P2 right now. Claimed that pole last night for our IMSA-style Sunday series. Cameron Keeley putting it on pole with the LMP2 class. Travis Smith is up in P3 at the moment. And that number 69 BMW M Team Ram. And then Jordan Whiting in P4 with his Chevrolet-powered IndyCar. Then James Pierce going for a little slide there. Big hit out of turn 1. His John Cooper Mini IndyCar-powered machine. So, wow. Look, we're not going to have a lot of time left here in practice. Let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. We got about 30 seconds left before we get into qualifying. Jay, what are some things these drivers need to take into qualifying in order to get their car up on top?
Oh, yes. This is going to be crucial. I think this is going to be one of the most important qualifying sessions we've seen in all of Nexus Sim Racing history. I think starting up front here tonight is going to be crucial, absolutely crucial to finding your way to victory. Tonight during the race, we're going to see maybe 2-stop strategy is probably going to be the preferred strategy here tonight. Maybe we'll see somebody risk it on a 3-stopper, try to change the strategy up. But I don't know. It's going to be wild tonight. I'm super excited. Standing start, that's going to put a little wrinkle into it. But qualifying, we're getting ready to go, Tom. We're ending up this practice session now.
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. Look, a little bit of a wrench thrown in here with the standing starts. So better find yourself out up front to try to stay out of trouble here. Or we just might see some action right off the rip with standing starts, no matter where you start. So, nonetheless, we got a lot in store for us tonight. We got a couple people already hitting the track. Rob Collier being one of the first now with his Hyundai-powered IndyCar. And we'll see how he navigates through this short, modified Sebring track.
Yeah, he's going to turns 2 and now off of turn 3. This is the Hampton section of this course. He's going to go down this little short chute, little dog leg here, turn 4, and then into the Lamar section here, turns 5, 6, and 7 combo, and then head down the Ullman Straight here, the longest straightaway on the course. You're going to carry a lot of speed. We're going to see a lot of push-to-pass opportunities. If you get a good run out of Lamar, we're going to see a lot of overtake opportunities here, headed for Sunset, turn 8.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming through the Sunset Corner. I believe that's what it's called. Again, a little bit modified from the Sebring track. You can see they take an alternate line there. Rob getting loose off of the final corner.
Oh,
It's
what a
okay.
save.
It is okay.
Wow.
Travis Smith, the next car to go ahead and start his qualifying lap, his qualifying time, coming through this final corner now. You can just see how bumpy it is. That car is going up and down like crazy through that final corner. Definitely pretty hard to keep the power down and turning at the same time. Going into turn 1 now, this is a long, sweeping left-hand corner where you can easily find yourself in the grass there. He managed that very well. Now into turns 2 and 3. And coming down the next straightaway into the S's and into Le Mans corner.
Yeah, this is a guy you look out for the pole. He's running a really good lap time right now, using up all the track. That's what you expect heading down Ullman Straight now. He's got 2 more corners to navigate. This Sunset, I was listening to some of these drivers in pre-race. This is a very difficult corner. Multiple lanes you could take. Real bumpy, as Tom said. It's going to be a very challenging section of this course all night long. Let's see what he can do here in turn 8 off of turn 9 and see if he can put down the pole lap here, the benchmark here in qualifying.
Lots of bumps coming through the final corner. He holds it straight though, hugging that inside line, coming across start-finish line. Travis Smith pulls a 55.05. Currently the only car to put a lap down. Blake Nave now coming across start-finish line with a 55.87. Richard Swindell now coming across start-finish line, 56.48. Brad Haldane in the Imperial Dodge coming out with a 56.3. Kevin Whalen, 56 flat. Cameron Keeley, your P4 position currently. Let's go and see who the next one will be. That's Jeff Wubker in the Chevrolet-powered Indy car coming off the final corner now and across start-finish line.
Yeah, let's see what he does here this time across the line. It's going to go P2 with a 55.246. What a lap time here by Wubker. We got another one coming across the line here. That's the 24 of Whiting. He goes P3 with a 55.595.
What a great lap for Jordan Whiting coming out here and flexing some muscles. Greg Shaw goes across start-finish line with 55.63. Stephen Downton completing his first lap. Here's Corey Kobe also completing his lap. He gets a 1 minute 7.6, a little slow there. Alexander Light finding himself P4 at the moment, coming through turns 1. Brad Haldane coming across start-finish line in P5 with a 55.3. Sorry about that, got a little camera mix-up. Let's see who's going to be next. Greg Shaw. Greg Shaw in the BMW M Team Ram in that number 33 BMW-powered IndyCar coming through the final corners now. That is Sunset Corner, ready to complete this lap.
Yes, he's currently sitting there in a P7 position. James Pierce actually went to the top of the board here, laying out a 54.526. Unreal lap time here out of James Pierce. Here comes Gregory Shaw across the line. Let's see what he does. He does not improve on his time. Still currently sitting P7 here in this qualifying session.
Ryan Mulvey coming across the start-finish line. That BMW M powered Indy car goes P14 with a 57.14. Nicholas Pressey with his beautiful battle he had last night with Cameron Keeley in the LMP2 class. He's coming out here in the Indy car now, powered by Nissan. He's going to come across the line, and let's see what the 94 can do. No lap time put in for the 94. Dallas Seward now coming across start-finish line to complete his first lap. Also, no lap time for the number 38. We'll go ahead and go to the next car. That's Gregory Shaw once again coming through Sunset Corner.
Yeah, he's going to exit turn 9, carry as much speed as he can. Now down the front straightaway. Let's see what he puts down on the board. He's going to pull. He's not going to improve. Oh, he did improve. He goes to 55.266 up to P5.
Great run by him so far. Richard Swindell now powered by Kia coming across the start-finish line. Let's see what he can do here. He does a little bit better with a 55.84. Blake Nave now finding himself in the top 3, getting back to pit lane to see if he can get that new tires, new car, get back out on track. Jeff Wubker currently P4 off of the final corner. Let's see what he can do now coming across start-finish line. Let's see if he can improve on that 55.25. And no lap time put in at the moment. Let's go to Kevin Whalen now off the final corner in his Chevrolet-powered Indy car. 55.87. his best time last time by 56.07.
Yeah, this is impressive lap time here by James Pierce. Currently 5/10 over P2. Everybody chasing the benchmark as we see the 6 go around here. This would be...
That would be Steven Downton.
Yeah, he's got a new number here tonight, number 6. Threw me off there a little bit. Zip tie, powered Kia here. He's going to finish his lap. And then we're going to go back on board here. This is Nick Pressey in the 94. Nissan powered entry. He's going to hit pit lane.
All right. Rob Collier's around. Jeff Webker's still on track here. He is pulling off. Everybody completing their lap times right now. We got a couple more on track. Drew Hopkins. Hey, that's a name we know from last night. Getting himself into the top 3 with the GTP class. Drew Hopkins now coming through the final corner. Let's see if he can put a good lap time in to find himself at the top once again.
Yeah, he's going to exit turn 9, carry as much speed as he can across the line. And he's going to go...
P10
with a 55.831.
All right. Well, we got Rob Collier here now. Currently P15 with a 56.21. Currently best lap time on the board, 54.5. He's got a little time to make up here. Let's see if he can come out of this final corner, and he goes straight into the pits. All right, we'll go and watch Dallas Seward now in his beautiful Porsche-powered Meow Mix IndyCar. Coming through the S's.
What a fitting number. Or what a fitting paint scheme here. Going through the Le Mans section now. Going to be exiting turn 7. Heading down Ullman Straight now. Off of turn 7. Use a little bit of curb there. Get as good of run as you can off of this corner. Carry the speed the longest straightaway. Ullman Straight. Down here on the backstretch. Down towards turn 8. Currently, he is not... Or he is sitting currently... No, he doesn't have a lap time put down yet. We'll see what he does this time by.
All right. Here we go. Dallas Seward coming through the final corner. Real bumpy there. He holds it straight. Hugs that inside line. Coming across start-finish line. Dallas Seward goes P18 with a 57.14. Nick Pressey putting in his final lap here tonight. Coming across start-finish line. Let's see what that Nissan can do. A 55.76. That puts him P10.
That was a great effort there at the end of qualifying for him. Looks like we have...
Steven Ritter's.
Oh, yes. You're right.
Wow. Jay, look at this. Steven Ritter goes P4 on primary tires. A 55.16. That man is flying.
Yeah, the strategies are already being implemented here in qualifying, running the primary tires. Unbelievable. P4 with a 55.160. This guy might be one to watch here tonight in his McLaren as he goes through the La Manche section now. Off of turn 7, really using up a lot of curve, making that real wide, getting a great run here down Ullman Straight. Headed for Sunset, turn 8.
Still coming down the back straightaway and into the final corners. Let's see if this 99 can pull off something magical here tonight. The Team McLaren IndyCar coming through the final corner, holding it straight with all the bumps on the racetrack, coming across start-finish line. Let's see if he improves. He does not with the 55.44. Still a very respectable lap time in that number 99 as he continues on with his qualifying effort. Let's go to Javon Thompson now in the Honda-powered IndyCar. Coming across start-finish line. Let's see if he can put a lap time in. And he does not. Cameron Capone coming across start-finish line in the number 7, trying to improve on that 56.99. He does not with the 57.02. Next up, Dallas Seward.
Yeah, here comes Dallas Seward down the back straightaway, down here into turn 8. See if he can maximize here through the bumpy section of this track. Who's noticed how bumpy it is here through turns 8 and 9. Hits a big bump there off of turn 9. See what he does this time across the line, carrying a lot of speed, making it short as possible down to the inside. And he does not improve on his 57.136 here in qualifying. I believe he's got one more lap, though. Let's see if he can do better this next time by.
Next one up, we have Javon now coming through Sunset Corner. Let's see if that number 93 can get himself on the board. Coming across the start-finish line now, Javon Thompson. Let's see what he can do. Does not put one up on the board. He is currently the only car on track who can still put in a lap. So we'll continue to watch Javon here. Currently 3 cars not being able to put a lap time down. Javon Thompson, Matt Yost, and Nick Renner down at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, we'll see what Javon can do. He's going through Le Mans now. Gonna exit off of turn 7. Grab a little bit of curb. Get that thing straight down this long straightaway. Heading for turn 8. Still has not put a time on the board as this qualifying session is winding down. I believe this might be potentially his last lap and last chance to put a time down here into turn 8. And then we'll exit off turn 9. We'll see what he does this time by.
Coming through Sunset Corner, real bouncy there. He holds it strong, gets the power to the ground, crosses the start-finish line with the 56.78, currently P19. He's got one more chance to make that up, get himself higher on the board. Cameron Camponi is next, coming down Ullman Straight.
Yeah, here comes Cameron down here into turn 8. We're going to see if he can get through the bumps effectively here. He's going to do a great job, maximize the throttle here off of turn 8, off of turn 9. Heading down the front straightaway. Let's see what Cameron Capone can put down on the board. He does not improve, still at a 56.991.
That'll complete his run for tonight in qualifying. One last car on track, able to put a lap time in. It's Javon, and he goes around in the final corner. Too much rear brake in that thing, and he spins it around. And that is going to end his qualifying attempts here tonight. And we've got 2 more cars who have not put in a lap time. That is Matt Yost and Nick Renner. 2 minutes left in qualifying. And we will wait this out to see if these 2 cars take to the track. If they don't, James Pierce looking pretty good tonight.
Yeah, what a flyer of a lap time he put down with a 54.526. The only one to break the 54-second mark. And that's just unbelievable. What a lap time by James Pierce. Definitely one to watch here tonight. We've seen how good he is on the road side of things. Translate that over to some IndyCar, some Grand Prix Championship action here at Sebring.
Dallas Seward showing some support in the chat. One of our longest member for the Dega Boys channel, giving us some Big Daddy IMSA Dega Boys fan and some of the office memes. Heck yeah. Look, that's how I feel right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just sitting here throwing my fists up in the air, ready for some racing action. I am so excited.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. We get to kick this season off. I believe there's 25 races on this schedule. We're going to have a mix of different courses, some road courses, some street courses. We're going to mix some ovals in here. It's going to be great. Just some great action. Like I said at the top, if you took F1 and IndyCar and mixed them together, had a little bit of fun with it, the ideal open wheel series, this is it. This is what we got here for you tonight. Can't wait to get this season kicked off in the right way, the right direction. And what we have in store for the rest of the season here, it's going to be unbelievable.
It is going to be unbelievable. And it all starts here tonight at Sebring. All year long are we going to have some amazing action here out on track. 6 seconds left in qualifying. And we're rounding that out now. So, congratulations to James Pierce. And you know what, Jay? I think it would be a great idea that you had to bring that man into the broadcast booth. Let's see if James Pierce is here and try to get him in here. He is in here. So let's go to James Pierce. James, this is Thomas.
Thanks
and
for the sex, homie.
God.
Yeah.
You are like 200% volume. Okay, I can hear you
There was
now.
a lot.
Oh.
There was a lot that just happened there, and we're gonna continue on. So,
Holy shit.
James, you put that IndyCar, John Cooper Mini IndyCar, on pole tonight. What does that mean to you? Look, we're having standing starts here at such a short track like Sebring. not even 2 miles, and lots of straights, lots of speed, lots of intricate corners that need a lot of finesse here, especially going into turn 1. How do you feel about getting pole tonight? It's got to be a huge advantage.
I'll take it, yeah. Not having run any laps except for the laps I ran in practice and still getting to grips with what kind of track this is. I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's real bouncy there, and we see you going through a slide down the front straightaway there. Hope you're okay. But look, how do you feel like your chances are tonight? Do you think you can come out with the dubs?
I mean, I have some confidence in my ability. It's just making sure that I don't do any stupid mistakes tonight, and I think pace is there to get there once I start to dial in the track and start to learn exactly what lines I need to take and how to deal with the tires. I think it should be fine, but just no stupid mistakes. I think tonight, cause it's, especially with such low experience in the car, not driven it for a while, and learning the track at the moment still.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your pole. And we've seen you be a class of your own in other series, James. We wish you the best of luck tonight. Congratulations once again on your pole, and we hope to see you at the end.
Thank you, brothers. Have a good one.
You too. All right, Jay, it's time to go into our segment here. Who do you got? What are we expecting in this race? And you know what? I'm going to add one more thing. What is your favorite part of this track?
Oh man, I think my favorite part's going through turns 8 and 9 with how bumpy that is, how difficult it's going to be to go through there. I mean, you're going to have a lot of opportunities. You got 10 push-to-pass opportunities here tonight. These guys are going to be on it. If you can get off of Lamont Chicane, good. Get that push-to-pass down. Master turn 8 and 9, which I think is where the race is going to be won and lost. That's going to be your ultimate time to make moves. That's going to create a little bit of a wrench into this race. The strategy. We're going to see different tire options being used here tonight. We got the alternate and primary tires. We're going to see probably a 2-stop strategy is probably going to be the winning strategy here tonight. We may see a little bit of gambling, maybe a 3-stopper, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what these guys have in store under their sleeve here to get to the end of this race. Turn 1 with the standing start is going to be very crucial as well. Let's see who can get through turn 1 without any damage and having to not use that quick repair early in this race. But, like you said, race picks, right? Who's going to win tonight? Who do we think's going to get the victory? You know what? I feel like this guy is knocking on the door. He qualifies P2. I think Travis Smith finds himself in victory lane here at the end of the night.
Travis Smith, that's a great pick right there. Jay, I'm going to bounce a lot off of you too. I do believe turns 8 and 9 are going to be the action corners, but you got to look out for turns 2 and 3 coming out of that long left-hand sweeper of turn 1 and then into a hard braking zone of what we see in turns 2 and 3. Now, what to expect? Chaos. Just absolute chaos. All right? Look, we've got a couple of drivers who qualified on the primary tires. A lot of the drivers, or the rest of the drivers, qualifying on the alternates. That's a huge difference in tire performance when going into this race. It means a lot to get yourself out front, but if you're thinking about the long run, primaries might be the solution that you need to get yourself out front, especially with a little bit of pit strategy. So, with that being said, I'm going to choose this man right here, Steven Ritters. Qualifies P4 on primaries. He's going to be starting the race on primaries versus everyone around him using alternates. And it's going to be very interesting what this 99 car can do. If he can come out clean out of that first corner, watch out. This man's going to be on his way to the front.
That's a great pick. Great pick. This is going to be exciting. We're getting the warm-up wound down. We're going to go to the grid here, Tom. We're going to go racing for the first time this year.
Racing, oh boy, with the Indy cars finally back on iRacing, we can broadcast it once again. Thank the lords and all the racing gods above. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. Boy, I cannot wait to get this started. And with that being said, let's pull up our starting grid. James Pierce on pole in the number 1 Indy car with Travis J. Smith in the BMW M Team Ram number 69, starting on the outside of him in P2.
Jeff Wubker in the number 09 starting P3 with Steven Ritters in the 99. McLaren starting P4.
Blake Nave in the Toyota Racing Development, number 13, starting P5, with Alexander Light in the BMW M-Team Ram, number 34, starting P6.
Starting P7, that's Gregory Shaw in the number 33 BMW. Jordan Whiting in the number 24 Chevy, starting P8.
Brad Haldane in the Imperial Dodge in the number 39, starting P9, with Cameron Keeley in the Mazda Zoom 63, starting P10.
Nicholas Pressey in the number 94 Nissan, starting P11, with Drew Hopkins in the number 15 BMW, starting 12 in the Sunshine Grand Prix here at Sebring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are lined up, about to be ready to go here. James Pierce out on top, and we will soon be watching these guys getting the green flag as we get a great look here of the starting grid. Look how many cars we have out there. It is going to be a wonderful race tonight. Make sure to grab your snacks, your drinks, adult beverages, whatever you need to make sure you are entertained and comfortable here tonight watching these guys go around this beautiful race course. James Pierce, though, shaking off the nerves, ready to get the green flag and go into turn 1.
Yeah, we're gridded up, ready to go, just waiting for the lights to drop here at Sebring. Standing start, this is going to be wild. Everybody's got a seat, but you're not going to need it here tonight. This is going to be exciting, wild, and thrilling action here. IndyCar's back, Tom. Yes, on iRacing.
All right, 2 minutes have passed. Everybody has had an opportunity to get in their cars and get it on the grid. We will be going green flag here soon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everybody showing up tonight, watching this, ready to get some IndyCar action on. And let's see. And here we go. Lights are up. Going up now, the Nexus IndyCar Series is under green for the first time this season. We already have trouble in the back. We've got Steven Ritter on the only car up top in primaries. Somebody losing their front wing now, coming into turn 1. 3 wide, Gregory Shaw making moves up to the front. Already up to P3, still 2 wide, way in the back. Jeff Wubker in this Chevrolet-powered IndyCar. We got cars off in the grass here. In the grass, still in the grass, coming. I don't even know how to explain this. This is crazy. Jake, take it away.
Here into the dog leg and into the Lamar section for the first time. You see this guy starting to spread out a little bit. You see the 15 of Hopkins off track here. He's going to keep it going. He's going to run wide. He's going to lose multiple positions here. He's going to blend back in line here in P10. This is unbelievable. What a start to the Grand Prix here as you see James Pierce continuing to lead us. We got a little bit of a battle here. Gregory Shaw was looking to the inside here of Travis Smith as we're going through turns 8 and 9 now.
Completing the first lap, James Pierce out front. You could hear him in his interview in the warm-up. This is his first time here. First lap's being turned, put it sit on pole, and continuing to lead this race. Blake Nave back here chasing down Jeff Wubker for P4 at the moment. As you can see, all the cars coming off of turn 1, grabbing a lot of grass there as this battle here in through turns 2 and 3 continues to heat up through the dogleg.
Yeah, through the dogleg, back in the Lamar section, you see these guys running through this little bit of S's, trying to get a good run here off of turn 7. You see it going a little wide there. I believe that was Blake Nave in the 13. He's on the pursuit of Wubker here, so P4. These guys are going to continue on down here into Sunset. You just got battles all over the place. Here comes Whiting. He's trying to challenge here for a position. Maybe go to the inside here to turn 8. We're going to have some side-by-side action here, Tom.
The 24 of Whiting, the 63 of Keeley, now going at it through the final corners here as we go on board with Jordan Whiting. You could just see the bumps that he's having to deal with now, losing a lot of time to the car in front, Cameron Keeley, now coming under a little attack here by the 15 of Drew Hopkins in that BMW-powered IndyCar right behind him. Jordan Whiting, though, putting the spacing back out and catching back up to Cameron Keeley. This is your closest battle on track.
Yeah, Whiting still all over the rear here of Cameron Keeley. He's going to try and follow him in here through the dogleg down here into turn 5 to start the Lamar section of this racetrack. You see Keeley go a little wide. Here comes Whiting. Is he going to send it in or on the inside of turn 7? We're going to have some side-by-side here. Down the Almond Straight. Little drag racing action here in the Indy cars. You got to love it. Oh, somebody's sideways there in the back. He's going to hang on to it. But we're going to go side-by-side down here into turn 8. Whiting and Keeley.
Coming into the final corners now, still side by side. The 24 outbreaks the 63, locks him up. The 63 is all over the rear bumper of the 24. Now coming through Sunset Drive and onto the front straightaway. Cameron Keeley now under attack by Drew Hopkins. On board, we're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. What an unbelievable battle. Drew Hopkins, 2 cars in 1 corner, makes it happen. And now he's coming under attack by Jordan Whiting on the inside. Through turns 3, 2, and 3, Jordan Whiting coming back out on top.
Yeah, exiting Hopkins. What a battle. 3 wide. Hopkins did not get the preferred advantage there. He thought he was aggressive enough on the brakes, and he wasn't as aggressive as the 24 Whiting. As Whiting's pulling a little bit of a gap here to Hopkins. Cameron Keeley is still in the mix here off of turn 7. Can he get in the toe of the 15 of Hopkins? He's going to draw right up to the rear bumper here. I don't know if he'll be able to make a move here into turn 8, though, but he is digging 3 wide action early in this race. This is unbelievable.
Absolutely it is. And these guys are still going at it. We got a good battle here, though. This is between Jeff Webker and Alexander Light now coming across start-finish line side by side. Going into turn 1, Alexander Light on the inside gets the preferred lane, makes the pass into the top 5. Alexander Light goes in that BMW M Team Ram. And he locks him up going into turn 2, gets into the grass, but he continues to save it. What a drive by Alexander Light.
Yeah, turn 2 and 3 is becoming a really difficult corner. We've seen so many brake lockups here, but Alexander Light moving his BMW up here into P5. So we're going through the Le Mans section now, exiting turn 7, headed for the Ullman straight. These guys continue on here. You're just amazing battles throughout the field here as you see the whole field barreling down this back straightaway now, headed for turn 8.
On the left-hand side of your screen, you can see gap, interval, and then what the number you see there is how many push-to passes these cars have left. Currently, James Pierce has 10, hasn't used one yet. Travis Smith has 9, has used one. Greg Shaw has 10, hasn't used one yet. Because these guys continue on throughout the track. We're going to go to the closest battle on track right now. That is Cameron Keeley and Drew Hopkins. These guys have been going at it here for a couple laps now. Cameron Keeley sticking to the rear bumper of the 15 in front of him. Let's see what he can do in the coming corners to get by that 15.
Yeah, what a great exit there was by Cameron Keeley. Can he close this gap through the dog leg down here into turn 5? Real technical right-hander, then you go back to a left-hander, and then off of turn 7, another right-hander. Can he get close enough? Oh, Hopkins grabs some grass there. That's going to give Keeley a great run here down the Ullman straight. No, he's playing a little defensiveness, Hopkins. Here comes Keeley to the outside. Can he play some cat and mouse on the brakes here to turn 8? We're still wheel to wheel here. This is incredible through turn 8. Looks like Hopkins got the inside preferred line. But yeah, Keeley's going to get back to the throttle. Oh, we got a car parked on the track. I think that's Dallas Seward. But Keeley makes the pass.
Keeley, what a drive through the final corners there. Now coming into turn 1, might be getting a little bit of pressure here from Drew Hopkins. We got a little bit of time to get that gap to increase. I see him going through turns 2 and 3. The 63 got a little wide there, and the 15 made up a little ground coming through that corner, but the 63 overall prevailed going through there. Jay, I'd like to go back to Steven Ritters now, who finds himself in P18 after starting P4. Lots of time lost on that race start. Now going after Ryan Mulvey in the number 19. This is currently your closest battle on track.
Yeah, not the start he wanted. Oh, he almost gets into the back here of the number 19 of Mulvey, but he's going to get a great run here off of 7. He's going to take it to the inside down the Ullman straight, heading for turn 8. Can we see a little bit of cat and mouse on the brakes? Does Mulvey send it in here deep to try and hold on to this position? No. Ritters is going to, a little bit of cat and mouse. Ritters is going to make the move here to turn 8. Unbelievable.
Coming through the final corner now, the 99 does hold on to that position, which puts them P17. Let's go back up to the front where our closest battle is. This is between Nick Pressey and Jordan Whiting. Jordan Whiting having a great race so far, finding himself moving up through the field, making that 2-car pass through turn 1 and into turn 2. Now setting his sights on Nick Pressey as the battle heats up back here. We've got a line of cars all under a blanket. Takeshi Kita and the Toyota-powered Indy car coming under attack by Rob Collier in the Zip Tie Hyundai. Now coming into the final corners to see what Takeshi can do here in these opening laps.
Yes, Kita's on the pursuit of Haldane, but he also has his rear view mirror full of the O2 of Collier. But here comes Haldane. He's trying to make a move here on the 42 of Waylon. He's going to look to the outside. This is going to be a tough move to make here on the outside. But here comes Kita.
Off the wing!
What a move! Brave on the brakes. Haldane is around. Contact was made. There goes the rear wing for Haldane.
Haldane getting some rear. Oh, he gets
Oh,
T-boned!
big contact.
Big wreck
Was that
in turn
Capone?
1. The 7 cars involved. Capone is in it. Brad Haldane is in it. Lots of contact made there between himself and the 64 of Takeshi Kita coming through turn 7 into Ullman Straight now. And finding himself now in P12. Brad Haldane having to go to the pits for damage.
Oh, it's so unfortunate. That's a tough point of the track to go sideways. We've seen that in the past in IMSA, in IRL. That corner is very tough. It's a little blind going into that left-hander, but now, is this the 64 of Kita going to the inside? Now we got a battle here. Wubker getting passed here by the 24 of Whiting. Whiting is on a charge.
Oh, he locks him up. Oh, we got contact. 63 of Cameron Keeley has front wing damage now. And he got a pit now. Oh, it came back. There we go. The man got his wing back. All right. Now we'll go back to our closest battle on track. This is Kevin Whalen under attack now by Takeshi Kita going after Jeff Wubker at the same time. Wubker is missing his front wing. Half of his front wing now coming down the Ullman Straight. Oh, we got contact. Takeshi now losing his rear wing.
Contact from Collier into the back of Kita, but here Wubker, he's got a missing wing, but here comes the 42 of Waylon. He's gonna make this move on the inside. Unbelievable what the Wubker's able to do with a missing front left wing here. He's still hanging it on the outside. He's gonna get real tight here. Here comes Collier. He's gonna try and make a move here into turn 1.
Now all under a blanket going into turn 1. Jeff Wubker in the middle of it. Oh, he squeezes Rob Collier on the outside. Rob trying to make that pass, cannot make it happen. Oh, we got a big wreck on track. Blake Nave is out.
Oh, big contact. We see some debris on the track there as well. A lot of struggling right now in this race. Unbelievable. Here we go. We're going to get a replay of Blake Nave going through turn 1, now headed for turn 2. Does he lock him up? Oh, he does. He gets a little wide, locks him up.
Oh, no.
Track. Oh,
Prissy.
no. Big contact. That's the 24 involved.
A bunch of good cars out of this race at the moment. Everybody toes back to pit lane. Rob Collier now finding himself with the top 10. Jeff Wubker still in front of him, missing a half a wing. As you can see, the 24 of Jordan Whiting now coming down pit road. He's missing a half wing as well. He's going to get that fixed and try to get back out on track as Jeff Wubker still under attack by Rob Collier. Rob Collier coming to the inside in turn 1. They're too wide now coming into turn 2. Let's see what Jeff Wubker does.
Oh, Wubker still hanging on with the wing as Collier goes wide. That's going to open the door for Wubker on turn 3 out of Hampton. Here we are for the dog leg side by side. Wubker is just digging with a missing wing. He's going to go to the inside into turn 5. Contact with Collier. They're going to go wide. Oh, my goodness. Does Collier make the move? Wubker's still digging on the inside.
He gets in the grass.
Collier's off the track. Here comes multiple guys closing on this battle. Wubker defensive here down the back.
Swindell now on the inside of Wubker. He does not want to give up this position, even with a missing wing part on that front of that car. The 62 gets around in that Kia. Now Wubker under attack by Steven Ritters and Rob Collier. Steven Ritters in the 99 having a terrible start to this race. He now finds himself back inside the top 10 with those primary tires. The half wing of Jeff Wubker now going through turn 1. Oh, a little bit of bump there by the 99. Now going into turn 2. The 99's looking to pounce.
This is going to get intense here off of turn 3. This 99 of Ritters is so fast. He started running in the front, went to the back, and now he's on his pursuit back to the front. But Wubker, with a missing front wing, is hanging on to this thing. Unbelievable. But here comes the 99 of Ritters. Can he get a run here off of 7? Use a little bit of strip stream off the back of the 63. He's going to do it. He's going to take it to the inside. This is unbelievable. We're going to go side by side here down the Ullman Straight. Who's going to be aggressive on the brakes? We've seen Wubker be super aggressive here on the brakes here into turn 8. Ritters on the inside, still cat mouse into the corner. It looks like Ritters gonna be able to take advantage here off of turn 8, setting up for turn 9.
Ritter's using a push to pass down the back straightaway. Really worked out for him. Let's see what Rob Collier does now. Coming down the front straightaway. No push to pass used by him so far. He's still got 10 in the bank. Coming into turn 1 now. You can see how much more speed that 02 can carry versus the 09. Now going into turn 2, the 09 just seems to be struggling like crazy. Trying to keep that car on track. Trying to keep Rob Collier behind him in the Hyundai-powered Indy car. Now coming through the S's and down into the Le Mans corner. We'll see him come down Ullman Straight. Let's see if he uses a push to pass here.
Yes, Collier gets a little wide, almost grabs some grass. He's going to use the slipstream behind the Webker car. The 09, can Collier make a move here into turn 8? He's going to look to the inside with a passing maneuver. Does he make it happen? A little cat and mouse on the brakes. Webker again, super aggressive on the brakes. Can he hold that outside line? He's still side by side with Collier. Here into turn 9, he's going to have to relent that position. Collier finally makes the move. Finally gets back Webker, moving himself up to a P10 position.
Jeff Webker is just absolutely wheeling it out there with the half wing. We'll go up here to Richard Swindell now. Steven Ritter's all over the rear wing of that car. Steven Ritter's seems to be on rails right now as he continues to track down all of these guys in front of him. He's got his sights set on Kevin Whalen in the number 42 and see if he can get him down here on the Ullman Straight.
This has been an absolutely insane race so far, 16 laps in, but here comes Ritters. He's going to try and make a move on Swindell here. He's going to draw right up to the rear bumper. He's not going to make a move. No, he is. He goes. He's going to send it on the inside here into turn 8. Little cat and mouse. He's so aggressive on the brakes. This guy, Ritters, is on a comeback trail of a century right now. Back up to P8. He was all the way down to P18 at one point in this race, turning into a race of attrition and survival, but he's got the pace, and he's just driving through these boys.
Steven Ritter with those brake rotors glowing red going through that last corner has really found some time to make up there. Now going through turn 2, he's already to the rear bumper of the 42 of Kevin Whalen. Steven Ritter's currently P8, looking to make a lot of ground right now, coming through the dog leg and into the S's. And we'll see what he can do with the run he can get off the Le Mans corner coming down Ullman Straight. Now, let's see if he uses a push to pass.
Yeah, maybe use the push to pass, a little strip or a little bit of slipstream here down across the Ullman Straight. He is using the push to pass.
Whoa.
He's gonna look to the outside. What a late move there to the outside of the 42 of Whalen. Here comes Ritters. Can he make a move? He does. He's gonna move up to P7 now. This is unbelievable as he runs wide. Up to P7. Unbelievable drive here by Ritters.
This is currently your closest battle on track. Everybody has seen to spread out a little bit here. This is P7 at the moment. Now James Pierce coming into the final corner, putting a lap on the 24 car of Whiting. He has led every lap so far in this race. Now coming through the final corner, Sunset Corner, and across the start-finish line to complete lap 17. On to lap 18 now. James Pierce has an almost 8-second lead over second place. That is Travis Smith, who's crossing the line now in his BMW M Team Ram. Greg Shaw in P3 in the BMW M Team Ram. Alexander Light in P4 in the BMW M Team Ram. BMW M Team Ram having a great run tonight. Currently 2, 3, 4, and 6. No, not 6, sorry. And 12. These guys are doing great.
Yeah, what a great run it is for the BMW Team Ram team here. All three of them in the top 4. We're seeing pit stops. Here comes Kevin Whalen down pit lane, lap 18. Maybe the 3-stop strategy here, Tom. We said at the beginning 2-stop was probably going to be the strategy. It was a little earlier than we expected a pit stop. Maybe he's changing up the strategy here, running what currently was running P8 at the time, just got passed by Ritters, making a pit stop now.
Let's see if he gets a clean stop in here. Looks like he did. A great run so far by that number 42 car. Let's see what he can do to complete this. Now, here's Greg Shaw coming under a small attack by Alexander Light, his teammate. And let's see how this battle runs out, as this is your closest battle on track.
Oh, as you see Whalen blend back in on cold tires right in front of Alexander Light. This could be interesting here through the Le Mans section, as we're going to go off of turn 3 down into turn 4, the little dog leg. And it looks like that's going to play into the favor here of Gregory Shaw, as his teammate Alexander Light was on the pursuit. But now we're going to see how good and how fast these new fresh tires can be on Whalen once he warms them up. He's currently on a fresh set of, excuse me, where is he on the running board? I'm not seeing the 42. Waylon, he is currently running 15 on a fresh set of primary tires.
Yeah, so all these guys you've seen with alternates now have to take primaries. These, whatever you qualified on, you have to run with. So whoever qualified on alternates, you have to run alternates for the start of the race. If you qualified on primaries, now is the pit stop sequence for you to shine, ladies and gentlemen. I am looking at Steven Ritters, who's currently P7, started on these primaries, and is finding himself in a pit cycle. Hopefully he can get some alternates on that and find himself further up the front. Let's go to your closest battle on track right now. That's Rob Collier and Richard Swindell.
Yeah, here comes Collier. He's up to P9. He's on his pursuit towards the front of the field. As Swindell's in front of him, he's going to get a great run here into turn 1. As you see Swindell maybe a little defensive there in turn 1, maybe using the primary line here into turn 2. And then we're going to go off of turn 3 Hopkins, and we're going to see what he can do here through the dog leg and then into the Lamas section as Collier is continuing to run here P9, but he sees P8 right there in front of him, off of turn 6 and 7 now.
Cameron Keeley coming under attack by Drew Hopkins now, going into the final corners. We're side by side. There, Drew Hopkins on the inside, Cameron Keeley on the outside. Drew makes that pass relatively easy now, coming through Sunset Corner, as look at this, Cameron Keeley comes down pit road.
Yeah, I was losing time there to Hopkins. Here he is on his pit sequence now. He's going to pit from P6. See what he can do, if he can blend back in. He's going to probably throw on the alternate tire. He's on the primary to start this race. So we'll see what kind of lap times he can do once he gets some heat in these tires.
Into the pit box he goes. A little bit of slide there, doesn't matter. He still hits his pit box. Now up in the air, changing 4 tires. Puts the alternates on, down on the ground, and away he goes. Cameron Keeley now on the alternates. Let's see what the 63 can do now, blending back out on track. Let's go to your closest battle. This is Jeff Wupker and Ryan Mulvey. These two guys going out of here for a couple laps. Jeff Wupker is still rolling around with the half a wing now. And Ryan Mulvey chases him down for that P9 position.
Yeah, what a great drive this is by Wupker. With the damage, he's still running great lap times and trying to keep this thing towards the front of this field. What an absolute determination it is out of this 09 of Wupker. As you see behind him, we got Mulvey trying to get into this mix. He's running P10 right now. As you see Wupker going to the inside of Capone here through turn 8 off of turn 9 now. Can he get to the inside of Capone? He's not going to be able to get side by side with him. But unbelievable drive here by Wupker as you see the 19 of Mulvey continuing to run him down here as they're going to head towards turn 1.
Now coming through turns 1, look how much speed the 19 gets through turn 1, almost to the outside of the 09, now going through turns 2, coming through turns 3, now Jeff Wupker holds on to that P9 position. Wow, how much speed did Ryan Mulvey have going through that corner at that point in time? It was just unbelievable what we saw there. That's how much a front wing means to these cars. Jeff Wupker still out on track as the 19 grabs a little bit of grass there with a half wing and coming down Ullman straight and coming into the final corners now.
Yeah, is he going to continue to run him down here, down into the corner? He's going to look to the inside, not close enough to make that move. He's going to follow in behind. Capone's right there sideways there off of turn 8 by the 7 of Capone. That was impressive. As you see Wupker drop right up to the bumper here. Maybe he'd be able to make a move here into turn 1. He's right on the rear bumper here. Here he goes to the inside. Can he make this pass into turn 1? Wheel to wheel here. Capone's going to hang it on the outside. He's going to be able to hold that spot there. He is a lap down, but still holding that running position here on the track. As you see Wupker still trying to make a move here off of turn 3.
Now almost a great move there by Wupker with the half wing. Coming through the S's now. He's still got a little bit of pressure behind him from Ryan Mulvey. We'll move on from this battle just for a minute here as Kevin Whalen and Nick Pressey battle it out here going into turn 2. These guys have been going at it for a couple laps. As this battle continues to heat up, back to Jeff Wupker to the inside. Ryan Mulvey under braking. Wupker gets a lot deeper than the 19 there, and it does not pay off for him. The 19 Ryan Mulvey making that pass and putting him up to P9. Now having to deal with this lap traffic.
Here he goes to the inside. Can he get by Capone here? Capone on that outside last time I was able to hold up position. He does it again. This is unbelievable. Look at the 19 of Mulvey gets shot out of a rocket there off a turn 9. Oh, lockup by Capone. Oh, contact might have been made there. Unbelievable. They're going to all continue on here. Wow, that was a tight moment there in turns 2 and 3. But look at Mulvey up to P9 now.
Alexander Light coming down pit. Oh, he's got big damage there. What happened to Alexander Light? Good thing we're getting into pit cycles here. It might not hurt him too bad as he now gets and finds his pit box. He's gonna stop here. Let's see if he gets a good stop. He does. Up in the air for Alexander Light. Gonna have to put the quick repair on that car to get himself moving forward with a lot of right front damage there. He finds himself currently P8 at the moment. Cameron Capone finds himself wrecking in the final corner. And almost a little bit of contact there with the 63 Cameron Keeley. Now going side by side with Jordan Whiting. Jordan Whiting making some wall contact there. That was questionable. As Jordan Whiting now continues on as the 7 tries to battle him back in turn 1. Going into turn 2 now. Jordan Whiting's going to hold on to that P18 at the moment. And that number 24 Chevrolet powered IndyCar.
Yeah, this is very interesting racing. We're going to go back up here to Mulvey as well as Alexander Light, who's on these new tires. He just got his quick repair. He's currently in 9th place. He's a lap down. So is Mulvey. So this is a battle for position here for 8th as Mulvey continues to hold this position. Alexander Light, does he make a move? No, he's not close enough to get onto the inside here of Mulvey. He's even carrying the momentum here off of Sunset. As you see Dallas down there on the inside. He's going to give way to these boys racing here for position as we're headed for turn 1 now.
Well, we got a little bit of a close battle here. That's Travis Smith and Gregory Shaw. A little bit of lap traffic helping out Gregory Shaw here for P2 as Travis Smith uses some push to pass going down the front straightaway. That was almost a pass for position for P2. Travis Smith holds on to see another day. We're going to go back to the closest battle on the track, though. Rob Collier, Richard Swindell going into the final corners.
Yeah, Rob Collier currently running P7. Swindell P6 is going to try and send it in here on turn 8. A nice defensive move there by Swindell. Didn't allow Collier to make the move here off of turn 9. Here we go. We're going to see what Collier could do down this front straightaway set up for turn 1. Collier's been really good using the outside line on entry here into turn 1. See if he can take it maybe to the inside. We're looking at maybe side by side. Collier, brave. Showtime, doing Showtime things. Makes the move around the outside for P6. That's incredible by Collier.
James Pierce down pit road. Your race leader finally hitting the pits. And coming down, we're going to watch this guy get into his pit box and see if he can get a clean stop here. Your pole sitter for tonight, leading every lap so far. Greg Shaw finally claiming that P2 position as Travis Smith also coming in. Jeff Wubker coming in. James Pierce gets a great stop on that pit stop. Let's see what Travis Smith's looks like here as he rounds out in his P2 position. And that number 69 BMW M Team Ram gets a great stop there. Gets the car up in the air. Puts some fresh tires on alternates for Travis Smith as he gets back out on track. A great stop by him. And now we see him coming on pit exit. We got a lot of takers now. Steven Ritter, Drew Hopkins, Rob Collier, Richard Swindell, all down pit road. Your top 7 has made pit stops.
Yeah, your first pit sequence has begun. I believe that will cycle everybody but your race leader, Shaw, down pit lane. When does Gregory Shaw make his pit stop? He's going to continue to lead this race. He's coming out of turn 9 now. Does he hit pit lane? He does. That's your final taker for your first round of pit stops. We'll see where all this cycles out here as we got the final round of pit stops here in round 1.
Javon Thompson behind him. Stephen Downton also behind him coming down pit road. A lap down currently for those two drivers. As we see James Pierce now coming across start-finish line, reclaiming the top spot. And he has a huge gap in between himself and what might be relative P2, Travis Smith. Travis Smith now coming down the front straightaway. And let's see if he does pass. He does pass Greg Shaw. Greg Shaw now in P3, coming out of the pits. And it's not going to be any contest here. Greg Shaw is going to come out P3, chasing, once again, Travis Smith.
Yeah, that's crazy. The extra lap that we saw Smith pit over Shaw, how much of a gap he was able to build there. As we're on board here with Mulvey, who's currently running P5, as Alexander Light has gotten by here recently. Light, a little bit of lockup into turn 2, off of turn 3 now. Mulvey doing a fantastic job, got himself up to a P5 position through this pit sequence. As now we're going to get a battle here of Nicholas Pressey up to P10. Had the early issue. Wheel to wheel here to the inside. Can he make it happen? He will make that move. He will move up to P9. That's going to put, that would be Collier back to P10.
A great move by Nicholas Pressey here to get himself +1 into the top 10. Rob Collier behind him, not having much contention there going through turns 1. And now coming off of Lamont corner and down Ullman straight. We're going to see if Rob Collier has anything for Nick Pressey now coming down this straightaway.
Yes, here comes...
This is Ryan Mulvey.
Hit pit lane. Yes. So he hadn't made his pit stop yet. This is going to cycle him back in with the leaders. Wow, running a little longer than everybody else. Let's see how this plays out for him as the battles continue on here.
Rob Collier being overtaken now by Richard Swindell in that Kia-powered Indy car. Finds himself in P9 at the moment. Rob Collier in the Zip Tie Hyundai. Currently P10. This is your closest battle on track. As you see a little bit of stack up with lap cars now. Lap 31 is the lap we are on right now. Lap 30 was just completed.
Yes, we currently have 10 cars here on the lead lap. Like we said, the top, so much action going on. A little bit of a survival race here early on as Collier maybe try to get back by Swindell as it gets into the grass here off of turn 7. That's not what he wanted, as this is a big line of cars here. This is going to get exciting up here towards the back half of the top 10 as we're winding these laps down. We're on lap 31 now. This is incredible racing we've seen so far going through turn 8. Collier using that inside line. Swindell using the outside line trying to get a good run here off of turn 9.
Off of turn 9, Rob Collier comes 2/10 behind Richard Swindell, trying to make up a little ground here. I saw him use a little bit of push to pass. Now into turn 1, Rob Collier hugging that inside line. Richard Swindell using a little bit of a different outside line there. And Richard Swindell does keep ahead of Rob Collier now, coming off of turn 3 into the dog leg and down into the S's. Let's see if Rob Collier can get a little bit more time here to make a pass down Ullman Straight.
Yeah, coming off of Le Mans now, headed for Ullman Straight. Collier got a great run here off of turn 7. Can he use the push to pass? As you see the Swindell being a little defensive here. Here comes Collier. Does he make a move to the inside? Here he goes to the inside. Collier's been to try to make a move. Showtime, doing Showtime things down here into turn 8. He's not going to be able to make the move. The great amount of brake that was used there by Swindell to hold that position. Collier, can he get a run here off of turn 9? Here he comes.
Down the front straightaway, Rob Collier is catching Richard Swindell. Let's see if he makes a move into turn 1. He's going to dive it on deep. Oh, lots of net code. Lots of net code between these two drivers. That is so unfortunate for Richard Swindell. No, that was no question about it. That is just terrible, terrible luck for Richard Swindell now coming through turns 2 and 3. So unfortunate. Fortunately, still finds himself P10 at the moment. Steven Ritter's getting by Drew Hopkins here. A little bit of issues with the lap car, it looks like. Let's see. Actually, Cameron Keeley may have had a little bit of an incident as these guys are still battling out. Jay, let's go back and look at that real quick, and let's see what happened here. On board with Cameron Keeley. Behind him, that's Ritter. Steven Ritter's now going into the final corner. Oh, he just gets real loose. Steven Ritter's so close there. There was no incident there with the lap car. I misspoke about that, but Steven Ritter's finding himself now into the top 5. What a drive by the 99 so far.
Yeah, he's going to get the Hard Charger Award after this race. This man has been on an absolute tear, and now he's on the alternates running great lap times. Only 3 seconds behind Alexander Light. That's for P4, so he's got everything in the world to gain here. What an incredible drive. From the front to the back to the front here. P5 for Steven Ritters in his McLaren Indy car.
Last time by a second quicker than Alexander Light. Alexander Light in P3, or P4, excuse me, on the primary. Steven Ritter on the alternates. That's how much these tires mean. Oh, real quick, we're going to go to Cameron Keeley, missing a half wing here. He's got to get that fixed. Coming down pit road now, going to put a new nose on that and try to get that 63 back out on track. But right now, this is the story. Steven Ritter's having a horrible start to this race, finding himself back into the top 5 and now chasing P4.
Yeah, and he's still got 6 push-to-pass opportunities here in this race. He's looking real good right now with one more pit stop to come in this race as well. As he's closing this gap, he's got it down to 2 seconds behind Alexander Light. You can see him growing in his front windshield here as he's gaining this ground up to Alexander Light. Ritter's on the attack. We're going to go on board here, down here into turn 1. Look how tight this corner is. Big swooping left-hander, and then a real heavy aggressive braking zone here into turn 2. Look at how close he is to the 34 of Alexander Light. He is on a charge. Here comes Ritter's going to the dogleg now.
Look at this man dig through the S's right now as he sees the car for position in front of him, coming off of Lamar corner and down the Ullman straight. Let's see if he takes a push to pass here, and it doesn't look like so far he is going to take it. Lots of speed, a high speed straightaway here going into a very heavy braking zone. As you can see, Alexander Light just becoming bigger and bigger in his front windshield. Now coming through Sunset.
Travis Smith had an issue.
Oh,
Shaw just got by him.
Travis Smith was around. Let's go and see what, he's still on track in those alternates. Let's go back real quick and see what happened to him. Let's see, coming through the final corner, battling with the 42, who is a lap down. Oh, he just lost it. He just lost it. There goes the 19.
Unfortunate.
Everybody else, Greg Shaw is going to come by here. As you can see him in the back right there. There's Greg Shaw right there. He loses P2 for the moment. Now look at this, Jay. Look at this. Steven Ritter already within a half second of Alexander Light behind him. Coming down Ullman straight into the final corners. Look at that braking zone. Holy cow.
Goodness.
Look how much time he made up. Oh, Alexander Light loses it. He puts it, almost puts it into the wall. I called it too soon. I called it too soon. Alexander Light now finding himself in P5. Drew Hawkins makes that pass on Alexander Light. Finds himself P5. Steven Ritter's now up to P4.
Wow, this is incredible action. Maybe the pressure was too Alexander Light there. He saw the 99 closing rapidly, as now Ritter's is up to a P4. He's closing in on podium. He's only 5 seconds behind Travis Smith, who's currently running P3. This is incredible. What a drive by Steven Ritter's tonight. This is absolutely insane. Here he is continuing to dig, and he's still got 6 push-to-passes as Travis Smith up the road has 0 left for the remainder of this race. As we're on the halfway point here, Tom. Hear it out, Sebring.
Halfway point. Currently, the fastest car on track. You are looking at him. The number 99 is Steven Ritter's now coming through the final corner and across the start-finish line. Again, what a drive by this 99 car. Now going to be going into turn 1, 5.8 seconds behind third place.
Yes, we might actually have a battle here brewing between P2. It was down to 0.5 of a second. Now it's back up to 1 second between Shaw and Smith. Here through the S's section now, Smith is still trying to pursue this with Gregory Shaw in the 33, trying to get back up here into P2 position after that little bit of mistake there through turns 8. He's got no more push to pass though. Keep that in mind. He's got 0 remaining in this race, so he's gonna have to do this on pure pace. As Gregory Shaw's been saving his, he's still got all 10 of them left here. This is unbelievable. As there's a ton of lap traffic here in front of these guys. This could change the complexion of this battle. 0.8 of a second now, off of turn 9.
One of them pits. That's Brad Haldane coming down pit road. Currently P19 in that Imperial Dodge. Now coming into turn 1. That's Greg Shaw. Trying to chase down. Oh, that lap car goes way off. Who was that? Matt Yost. Matt Yost going way off track there. Oh, he's going to hold up Travis Smith now coming through turns 2 and 3. That is not what Travis Smith needed. And now there's a bigger gap. 2.3, 2.4 seconds at the moment between second and third. That gap between third and fourth, though, Steven Ritter's coming up with hate right now, trying to get these positions back. Steven Ritter's in the 99 McLaren. You can see him there coming down Ullman straight. This is very exciting to watch what Steven Ritters is doing right now.
Yeah, he is putting on an absolute show. He's got it down to under 4 seconds now to Travis Smith. Look how good he is here in turns 8. This is where he thrives. He's so good on the brakes into turn 8, carries the momentum off at 8 into 9, and gets a great run down the front straightaway. He is doing a fantastic job maximizing this race with the start that he was not hoping for. He's been able to recover here through turns 1, headed for turn 2 as he sees those guys growing in front of him.
There is a car in front of him. That's the number 70 and Matt Yost now in the Casella Subaru-powered Indy car. He's coming through the S's now. Steven Ritter trying to find himself back into the podium position. Hey, Jay, we got more pit stops going on. Nicholas Pressey now down pit road. That's going to be the start of the final pit stops, possibly, for these guys. Nicholas Pressey getting a great entrance onto his pit box. Blake Nave also down pit road into his pit box. You're going to see that car drop full of fuel, and he'll be taking off. Once again, we got a little bit of a battle here between Ryan Mulvey and Jeff Wubker.
Yeah, Jeff Wubker, now that he's got a new wing on the front of that thing, now he's got to feel like Superman out here, as he did an absolute masterclass job hanging on with one half of a wing. Here he is attacking Ryan Mulvey now. This is for a P9 position on track. Can he get him here going through the S section off of Lamar? Turn 7, down the Ullman straight. As you see the 19 of Mulvey go a little wide there off of turn 7. Maybe an opportunity here for Wubker. He's still got 7 push-to-pass opportunities here. Heading for Sunset, turn 8. Can he close this gap? How aggressive is he on the brakes? He's been aggressive all day long. Here into turn 8, sends it in there. Unbelievable. Look who's behind him, though. That was a great move behind him. I believe that was, is that Gregory Shaw there in 3rd place?
Cameron Keeley.
Cameron Keeley, excuse me.
Cameron Keeley making up a lot of ground under braking. Jeff Wubker losing a lot of time. Now coming back through turn 1. Jeff Wubker seems to be really good through here with a full front wing. Now going into turn 2. Look at that braking he does. Makes up a lot of time on the guy in front of him. Cameron Keeley making up even more time on Jeff Wubker now. Coming through the dog leg and into the S's. Cameron Keeley's there. He's going to try to make a pass down Ullman Straight.
Yeah, Cameron Keeley on an absolute tear. That's 2 positions right there in front of him to have. He's going to get a great run here off of turn 7. Can he run them down? This is going to get tight. We got Wubker who's so aggressive on the brakes. Mulvey, can he play defensive here? And what does Cameron Keeley do? Oh, they're all aggressive on the brakes. Here comes Wubker to the inside. Can he make the move into turn 8? We're still wheel to wheel. Cameron Keeley's licking his chops back here. Where's he going to go? Still side by side here off of turn 9.
Wubker makes it happen almost. No, he does. Oh, we're 3-1 going into turn 1. Jeff Wubker, Cameron Keeley, and Ryan Mulvey now. Mulvey backs out of the situation, almost makes contact with the 09. Mulvey finds himself almost off track there. Wubker still losing out on a position there as Cameron Keeley capitalizes, makes 2 passes in the matter of 2 corners, and up to P9 for Cameron Keeley.
Wow, that was unbelievable. 3 wide across the line, and Cameron Keeley up to a P9 position. Unbelievable drive he's had after that little bit of damage he had earlier. Now we got a little side-by-side action. I believe that might be Greg Shaw there to the inside of Wubker. Yes, that is. That's P2 trying to make a move. Can he make it happen? Wubker is just so aggressive on the brakes. It looks like Shaw's going to be able to clear him here off of turn 8 and continue on. This is incredible. We only have 6 guys on the lead lap here, Tom.
All right. We got a little bit of a battle here now between Kevin Whalen and Ryan Mulvey. He lost a little bit on that final corner, though, as now P4, Steven Ritters, trying to put the 42 another lap down here as he does. And now sets his sights on Ryan Mulvey, who is the last car on the lead lap at the moment. For scoring on the board, it's not like that. Ryan Mulvey still finding himself a little ahead of P1 at the moment. No, I'm sorry. You're right, Jay. My bad. All right, here comes Steven Ritters now. Top 6 on the lead lap. Look at that. That is what we call sportsmanship there. What a great job by that 19 of Ryan Mulvey in the P11 position at the moment. as Steven Ritter now tries to find himself chasing down Jeff Webker.
Yeah, as now it looks like there's only a 1.8 second gap between third and fourth, so Ritter's looking for that podium position. No cars in between him and Travis Smith. As Smith has got a little bit of lap traffic here in front of him. This could get tight here, as it looks like Javon's going to give the room to Smith here. Now Ritter's get by him here through the dog leg. He's not going to get there. That's not going to hurt him too bad.
No, don't do that!
Javon, there goes Ritter!
Ritters loses half of his wing. Oh, and he spins out even more than 19 going through the grass. An unbelievable turn of events for the 99. Now coming down Ullman Straight, half a wing to his name. And he's going to have to pit to stay competitive here. The 99 losing it all in one corner. A phenomenal comeback story. Oh, he's broke. That's a 33. That's Greg Shaw. He's big broke.
Oh, no.
The right front is gone off of that thing, and he's going to have to come down pit road as Steven Ritter stays out with a half a wing in P3.
Wow, the drama. That was P2 and P4 both having issues here. Travis Smith's going to move back up to P2.
Oh.
As Ritters is off the track, he's running P3 with half a wing. This is not what he wants. His race is just really taking a tragic turn here. Off of turn 3 now, still missing half a wing. As you see Mulvey behind him trying to get back around the 99 of Ritters. Ritters still struggling here through the S section, down off of the Lamar chicane, down the Ullman Straight. Does he make a pit stop here, Tom? Does he run this out? We saw Webker do this earlier. Does Ritters take the chance to do the same thing?
There is a possibility that he might not losing that much time with a half a wing here. These low speed corners might not mean a lot with these front wings, so it might be an opportunity for him to stay out, get those laps that he needs to come in and pit on time. As we see him miss his pit lane entry once again, the 99 Steven Ritter stays out, currently in P3, 1.3 seconds behind him. Don't look too far. That's Drew Hopkins licking his chops for a top 3.
Yeah, Hopkins is flying right now.
Oh, Ritters is off!
Oh, his Ritters is sideways! Off the track! Oh,
Hopkins!
Between Mulvey and
he spins around!
Hopkins! Oh my goodness! This is unreal as Hopkins was flying and makes some contact. Ritter's off the track. This race has just been absolutely insane. I can't believe what we're witnessing here. As now it looks like Hopkins going to get a great run here off the Lamar corner. Close up to the rear bumper of Mulvey. Mulvey's going to give him the outside line. There's a lot of respect there by Mulvey. He knows Hopkins is racing for a P3 position. He's going to allow Mulvey to go by on the Hopkins go around the outside. Can he run down Ritters? Ritters is still struggling with half a wing.
All right, back up here with Ritters. He misses the pit entrance once again, stays out. And like what I was saying here, Jay, he might not be losing a lot of time, but he is losing about a second a lap. That is actually a lot of time around a course like this. So Steven Ritters has to make something happen here soon. He's got a 10-second gap to second place. Might not be obtainable for him, or it may be dependent on pit strategy, but Drew Hopkins still behind him. Did pull a 1-minute lap time last time by with all that trouble he had. And so he loses 3 seconds to Steven Ritters, but he is just gaining that back like no other at the moment.
We got it for P4.
Oh, we do. That's Alexander Light and Drew Hopkins coming into the final corners.
Yeah, Alexander Light was on absolute terror. I was watching him cut that gap down by tenths as fast as possible. Here he is to the back of Hopkins. Hopkins maybe a little damage on the front end of that car. We saw him make that contact with Mulvey. Oh, is that Dallas into the wall in front of him? But here comes Alexander Light. He's going to get a great run here into turn 1. Side by side with Hopkins. Little cat and mouse on the brakes. It looks like Alexander Light's going to take over P4.
Oh, he's coming back to the inside.
Crossover move. Crossover by Hopkins. He's to the outside. Does he make the move
again?
Back? Another crossover. Another crossover. Hopkins is going to take the lead off of turn 3.
Wow, what a series of moves that we saw there. Looks like Alexander Light, he's looking to the inside, so close here, using up all the curbs, coming through Le Mans now. Alexander Light to the inside, he's going to take it, but the crossover once again. Drew Hopkins to the inside, coming down Mulvey. I don't even know what straight it's called anymore. It's the back straightaway coming into the final corners. Drew Hopkins with a little bit of lead. Here comes Alexander Light with the braking power of that BMW. BMW IndyCar. Now coming through Sunset Corner. Here he comes back to the inside. Unbelievable. These guys are going at it right now. Crossing the start-finish line and into turn 1.
Wow, this is insane! Here comes Alexander Light on the outside. Can he make another move at Hopkins? These guys have just been crossing each other over like crazy. Light is aggressive in a turn 2. A little bit of lockup by Hopkins. Alexander Light has no room here off of turn 3. This is insane! I'm losing my mind up here in the booth. Through the dog leg now. Here comes Alexander Light continuing to pursue the 15 of Hopkins. This is where Alexander Light did good last time by. He goes looks to the inside off of turn 7 off of Lamar. Down the Omen straight. This is going to be an opportunity here for the 34 of Alexander Light. He's still got 7 push to passes. Hopkins only got 2. Can he make a move here to turn 8? Into Sunset. Here they come.
Oh, he's thinking about it. He's not going to make it happen now. Coming through the final, the 15 sideways. He saves it. Here comes Alexander Light for P3. That's going to put a gap on him. The battling is done between these two momentarily. As we continue on with this race, Steven Ritter's made a pit stop now. Steven Ritter's currently P7. Let's see what kind of tire he is on. Ritter's on alternates once again. He is going to try to find himself back up into the podium positions. Maybe his last pit stop. He's got a full wing under himself now as he continues to tear through the field. 1 second between himself and Greg Shaw. This is the closest battle on track.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well, Tom. It looks like you got Gregory Shaw. He had his issues. He's back on track in P6. Ritters, he's closing this gap, though. He's going to get real aggressive. This is where Ritters is so good. On the braking section to this racetrack, he's going to close this gap down to Gregory Shaw. Now we're going to go through the dog leg. He is there. He is hunting and digging now. Going through turn 5. We're going through the Lamar section, the little bit of S's. Here off of Lamar, off of 7. Hopkins, that's Ritters just closing this gap to Gregory Shaw down the Ullman straight. Get a little bit of slipstream. Here it comes, Ritters. Does it go to the inside? We're side by side here in a turn 8. Ritters is going to be aggressive on the brakes. Does Gregory Shaw try to be aggressive on the outside? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Ritters is going to take this position. Unbelievable drive still by Ritters.
Ritters using push to pass down the back straightaway. The 15 and the 69 are down pit road right now. 69 came back out on track. Drew Hopkins still on pit road. That means Steven Ritter's back to a top 5 position as he now continues to chase down Rob Collier, who has not made a pit stop yet. Travis Smith in front of him. Alexander Light currently P2 as these drivers continue to go at it here on track. That may be Matt Yost in front of him. It is Matt Yost coming through the S's. A little bit of a roadblock there, but he gets out of the way. Great sportsmanship there by Matt Yost. Alexander Light now down pit road. We're going to monitor this as Steven Ritter's comes down the back straightaway. Also, Travis Smith, Rob Collier coming off of the final corners as we speak.
Yeah, this is the final round of pit stops. It looked like Alexander Light had leaped over Travis Smith. Travis Smith's going to retake that P2 position. Unbelievable race we are watching as now we're going to see our final pit sequence of the night here as Alexander Light leads these boys down pit lane. Ritter's going to move up. Collier's up to a P3 now. Shaw's going to move up to P5, and Alexander Light's going to cycle back in here P6, maybe P7, depending on where he blends in with Hopkins. But here we are back on board with Ritters, still just making up amazing lap time here as he is behind. I believe that is Stephen Doughton in the number 6.
Yes, it is. He is going to be able to make a pass here coming down the back straightaway. As he goes down to the inside, or Stephen Doughton lets him by here. Great show of sportsmanship once again. G-Ball the Way 22 in the chat. Let's go Corey Kobe. Let's go and look at this guy for a second here. Corey Kobe currently +8 from the race start. A great run so far by himself in that Ford Power IndyCar. Now coming through the final corners, keeping it clean here tonight. And trying to get himself a good run here. Rob Collier now down pit road. That was your P3 position. James Pierce coming off of pit road. That puts Steven Ritter's back into the podium.
Yeah, Steven Ritter's doing an absolute phenomenal job continuing on here. As you see, look at the gap that James Pierce. We haven't even talked about this guy all race long, but he has got a 1 minute, 12-second gap over Travis Smith. Yet, granted, we still have pit stops to loom here, but what an amazing race here by James Pierce. Give him a little bit of a shout out as he is just absolutely putting a display on here tonight. Gets under the grass a little bit. Unbelievable. Starts this thing on pole, and he is just doing an absolute fantastic job leading this race.
He absolutely is, Jay. Class of the field right now. Same way we kind of talk about Matthew Wood. Putting on a clinic here. I'm going to have to ask him how much he charges for that clinic. I need to freshen up on my skills as well. Currently P2 at the moment. Travis Smith in the number 69 BMW M Team Ram. 42 seconds as the cycle ends. 42 seconds away from P1. Steven Ritter's 7.7 seconds behind P2. Currently in P3. Greg Shaw losing a little bit of time here to P3. Currently in P4. It's currently P5. That's Alexander Light, teammate to Greg Shaw and Travis Smith in the BMW M Team Ram. As these guys complete your top 5 at the moment. Steven Ritter's, Travis Smith. Travis Smith also having a great race so far. Consistently in the top 3. What a run he has had.
Yeah, unbelievable. I just looked up at the scoring board there, and it looked like James Pierce finally used his first push to pass. 56 laps in, finally uses one. Unbelievable. He's still got 9 to go. He's just on a tear.
Look at this. And the last lap time. Fastest lap of the race of 54.99. He is just out of this world.
This is unbelievable. We got one more pit stop to go. Let's see Cameron Keeley hit down pit lane, running P7 right now, getting his final pit stop underway. When do we see James Pierce pit, though? This is going to be interesting. Maybe a little bit of strategy here. If you're Travis Smith, maybe you're thinking, I got to go really short here and maybe see if I can cut this gap down. I mean, the race is still at play. James Pierce doing a fantastic job back on the push to pass. That's the second user in a row here. He's going to just get rid of all of them right now, continue his incredible pace.
Now coming through the final corners for James Pierce, currently 33 seconds ahead of second place and off the final corner on those alternates at the moment, being able to put down some absolute flyers. Last time by was a 54.9. This time he absolutely smashes it with the 54.3 and just continues to get faster here as we see a little bit more pit stops going on. Takeshi Kita now coming down pit road in the Toyota Racing Development Toyota powered IndyCar, Dallara IndyCar here. And currently just 4 cars on the lead lap. James Pierce, Travis Smith, Steven Ritters, Greg Shaw. Greg Shaw now coming down the back straightaway. He is currently 3.4 seconds behind third place.
Yes, he had to make that early unscheduled pit stop. I'm not sure if he's good to go to the end or not. Very good recovery if he does make it to the end. He's on the push to pass now. He's got one more remaining after this use. He wants to get by this lap car in front of him. He's going to continue on here in P4. As I believe we still got your top 2 still got to make a pit stop. So maybe Ritters, he's another one of those guys that made a pit stop just recently, might be good to the end. This race could change.
Absolutely, it could change. Let's go ahead and bring up our pit stop lap little graphic here for you guys. Ritter pitted on lap 49, Smith 51, Pierce 54. So he's got to put in 26 laps, 27 laps for Ritters. It might not be enough. It might be enough. Greg Shaw pitting on lap 45. As you can see, a couple more pit stops happening. That's Whiting right now. Jordan Whiting coming down pit road. And you can just see the different strategies going on here. Nick Pressey, last time he was down pit road, lap 39. Blake Nave, 38. Those are the oldest tires on track right now. Let's go to Blake Nave as he's on the alternate. So that car's got to be pretty ill handling at the moment. Last time by a 101.73 for himself. And he's got to be pitting soon here, Jay.
Yeah, you would think he's got to be pitting here real shortly here. Blake Nave still on track, still making lap time. He's got, I believe that is the Ritters getting real close to the rear bumper here off of turn 7. He's going to snake down the back, maybe get a little bit of a slipstream here down the Ullman straight. Does he take it to the inside or outside? He's going to go shoot to the inside. This should be a pretty good, easy overtake here for the 99 here. Aggressive on the brakes. That is just so impressive to watch. All night long, he has been the bravest driver on the brakes, and he does it yet again through turn 8, sunset section of this course. And now Blake Nave is under attack from behind as well. Again, this is incredible here into turn 1, a little wheel-to-wheel action.
That is actually James Pierce right there trying to put Steven Ritter's one lap down. To put only the top 2 cars on the lead lap. So, big news here. The 99 just lets him by. Great show of sportsmanship there. Steven Ritter still classified in P3, but only 2 cars on the lead lap. That's James Pierce and Travis Smith, who was just barely ahead of him in the retrospect of this race. Travis Smith, hey, let's talk about Travis Smith for a minute, has done a great job keeping that car up front pretty much all race.
Yeah, he's only had one mistake through turn 8. He went sideways, lost a little bit of time. Other than that, it's been pretty much flawless and perfection here out of Travis Smith. Currently, the only other guy on the lead lap with your race leader, James Pierce, is he is all over the back of, I believe this is Stephen Doughton here in front of him. See if he can get a good run here off of turn 3. He's going to try and get into turn 2, little sideways off of turn 3. Stephen Doughton did a fantastic job going through that section. Now through the dog leg, as he's going to continue his pursuit here to get by Stephen Doughton. Still doing a fantastic job running P2.
Absolutely is. Samantha Ritter's task in the chat. Steven is having an amazing race tonight. He absolutely is. I mean, the performance he has put on tonight has just been amazing so far of what we have been able to watch this 99 car do. An absolutely terrible start to this race, and he continues fighting. That's the racing spirit we love to have here. Steven Ritter's being a prime example of what we would probably call a Chastain attitude, Chastain move. Never give up. And this guy's doing it here tonight.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of those races when we get to the end of this season and we're looking at the points battle. One of these races where he salvaged this night. He was at P18 at one point. Even had a little bit of contact, lost a wing, and he still finds a way to put this in a podium position. As he's sliding through turn 3, he's still digging. I love it. This is a race car driver right here. He is just digging for every corner, every lap, trying to gain as much time as he can. Just what a great story. He was the show tonight for sure.
Absolutely, he was. Great run so far by that 99 car. All right, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, Jay. We're going to cross the start-finish line when it'll be 12 laps to go. James Pierce leading all but a few here tonight at Sebring Modified. Here he comes across the start-finish line. 12 laps to go here at Sebring with James Pierce out front.
Yeah, 12 more laps. I mean, wow, this race has been absolutely thrilling. I can't believe we're winding this thing down. Man, what a race we've witnessed. Just the amount of lead changes, strategies thrown into it, a little bit of chaos and some drama we see throughout this race. Unbelievable comeback story by Ritter's. An absolutely impressive pace here by James Pierce, and he's still digging. He is still just flying around this racetrack, getting lap time. Travis Smith doing a fantastic job there in P2. And then you look a little further, Alexander Light, Gregory Shaw been in the mix all night. Hopkins been in the mix all night. You got Collier, Cameron Keeley, Swindell up here in P9. Wubker, what an impressive drive he's had tonight. He had half his wing gone earlier. He fought through that scenario, and he's still got this thing in a top 10 position at the moment.
Absolutely. The next car behind him is 30 seconds behind. So he's got a little bit of breathing room there. Ryan Mulvey continuing to find some issues here on track, getting a couple off tracks here. And but keeping it out on track here. We got a little bit of a wreck here. Let's go back and look at it by Matt Yost as he's coming out of pit lane and into turn 1. Let's see what happens to the 70 car here. The Casella Subaru powered Indy car. He locks him up. A little bit of cold tires here. And that'll happen sometimes. That will happen sometimes. So, back on track here, James Pierce, as you can see him hunting down Travis Smith to put himself the only car on the lead lap. Jay, does this simplify a little bit here with the lap down cars having to not drive an extra lap here, trying to save a little bit of fuel maybe?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the one car of James Pierce, maybe save a little bit here. But we got Dega Boys 10 to go here at Sebring. Sunshine Grand Prix, the opening race of the season. Yeah, a little bit of fuel save. If you're James Pierce, I know he's a racer. He wants to just continue to dig every lap. But yeah, there's no need to push or really do anything aggressive here towards the end of this race. Just bring her on home. Maybe a little bit of fuel save by some of these guys, or not having a fuel save by some of these lap cars towards the end of the race, having one less lap to complete. Interesting strategies here towards the end. We can see some stuff change here as we get towards the end of this race.
Yep, absolutely. Look, we had another on-track incident here. Let's go back and look at that real quick. Steven Downton coming through the dogleg and into the S's. Let's see what happens to the 09 car here. Look at this beautiful shot we got. Oh, he gets a little bit of curb there. High centers it and lose a little bit of grip. Keeps it off track for all these other cars to go by and gets a safe rejoin there. Back to Travis Smith now. As you can see, here is Travis Smith in P2, coming under threat now by the leader, James Pierce.
Yeah, James Pierce has closed this gap down over the last couple laps. This is unbelievable. He's trying to put the whole field of lap down here tonight, Tom. This is unbelievable. And he's still got 6 push-to-pass opportunities left in this race. He's going to burn it and use it all up if he has to. I think he's on a mission right now to get by Travis Smith. I think he wants to put the whole field down one lap here in this race. You see Smith going into turn 8 now, and now here comes James Pierce into turn 8 now through Sunset off of turn 9. We're gonna have 8 more laps, excuse me, at the line this time left in this race. He's got lots of time to get by Smith. See what he does here in these closing laps.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see what he can do. Winding down the laps here tonight. 7 laps to go here, or 8 laps, sorry. 8 laps to go here at Sebring Modified. Travis Smith holding out on P2 at the moment. As you can see, Travis Smith now coming through Lamar corner. Here is Steven Ritters coming through the dogleg. If he can get a little bit closer, that would be for position. We're talking about just a 10-second gap here. Steven Ritters being caught up a little bit in traffic here, not being able to put in some good lap times. As you can see himself now finally getting some clean air after getting around all of these lap cars. See the gap ever so coming closer together between first and second to put second place 1 lap down. James Pierce crossing the start-finish line, going into turn 1 now.
Yes, that gap is even closed even more between these two. Oh, as it looks like the Smith might have went off track there a little bit off of turn 2. He's going to keep it going. They're going down into the dogleg, but look at the gap. It's even closing even more now. Here comes James Pierce going through turn 6 now, off of turn 7, off Lamar, down the Ullman straightaway. You can see him. He's growing in his front windshield here. Does he use some more push to pass down this back straightaway? He's not going to. He's going to be digging. Yeah, this is a great onboard opportunity. Let's see what James Pierce is doing behind the wheel. He's up here going into turn 8 now, gets real aggressive, finds that early apex, going to drive off the corner, and then off of turn 9 now as he continues to chase down your P2 runner, Travis Smith.
Coming across start-finish line now, 6 laps to go for these guys. James Pierce going into turn 1. You can just see the smoothness, finesse that he has going through that corner. Hard onto the brakes into turn 2 as that gap just is almost non-existent now. In the retrospect of things here, coming through the dogleg, down into the S's. James Pierce putting on a heck of a show tonight, and off a Lamont corner down the Ullman Straight.
Yeah, down the Ullman Straight. Gets a great run off the Ullman Straight. Doesn't use push to pass. There it is. He engages push to pass. He's going to try and gain as much time. He's going to be flying down the Ullman Straight here. He is on a mission, and here he comes. He's closing this gap down rapidly down here into turn 8. Super aggressive on the brakes. Closes this gap all the way down to 2 car lengths. You see a little bit of sideways action there by Travis Smith through turns 8. And now here we go, down the front straightaway again. He's closing this gap down, Tom. Can he get him here? We got 5 laps to go.
He's getting pretty close. 5 laps to go for James Pierce to put down an accolade in. Oh, he gets off track here, but nonetheless holds it on track, keeps it straight. Little bit of overcorrect there to try to keep the car straight in the middle of the corner. Now through the dogleg into the S's he goes. He's going to try to finesse this car with the curbs to try and maximize grip level and off into the Le Mans corner and down the Omen straight. Oh, both of these cars got a little sideways here. Another push to pass for James Pierce going into the final corners.
Yeah, tires might be going away here a little bit, especially the way that these guys are driving, but there's a lot of traffic here in front of your leaders. This could change the complexion here for James Pierce and for Travis Smith. As you see James Pierce super aggressive on the brakes again into turn 8. Oh, Smith gets a little sideways there off of turn 9. He's going to get a great run here down the front straightaway. Does he make a move here into turn 1? He's not going to be close enough to make this move. Follows him into here to turn 1. Travis Smith did a great job entering turn 1. Now into turn 2. Oh, Smith goes a little wide, play a little defensive, and look at the driving ability here by James Pierce. This car is still on rails as we head for the dog leg now.
Coming through the dog leg into the S's. James Pierce, oh, Travis Smith gets a little wide there. That's going to make him lose a lot of time coming into Le Mans corner. And down Omen straight, he gets loose once again, saves it. Let's see if James Pierce uses push to pass. He does not. Now shifting through the gears up to 6th gear. He's going to get a great draft going into the final corner. Travis Smith going on the defensive and going into the final corner. He's going to make it happen on the outside. There he goes. Oh, real close to the wall.
Oh.
No, he's still there. Travis Smith battling hard on the inside.
Travis Smith is fighting. He doesn't want to go a lap down here, but I don't think he has anything to say about it here in a turn 1 as James Pierce has now done an accolade. He has put the entire field 1 lap behind himself as we got 3 laps to go here in the Sunshine Grand Prix. But now lap traffic in front of your leader. And he's going to try and hold on to this position in front of Travis Smith, but he cannot make a mistake. He's got 2 more push to passes to use. And maybe use them to get a little bit of gap here between him and Travis Smith as he continues on here off the Le Mans corner down Ullman Straight.
Ullman Straight, and he's got that lap car in front of him. He's going to pull down. That's Jordan Whiting. Maybe Jordan Whiting thought he was a little closer than he actually was. Try to pull off and give him the room there. Now going into the final corner. Look how much ground James Pierce makes up there versus Jordan Whiting there. That's just impressive. Coming off of the final corner, James Pierce going real wide here. And Jordan Whiting going down to the inside. Might be giving him that position. No, not through this corner. We'll see what James Pierce does with this lap car around the outside.
Oh, that's aggressive.
That is
that was
very
super
aggressive. And he cuts down right in front of him there through turns. Oh, and he gets into the grass. Not going to happen. Not much going to happen there. Still leading this race by a whole lap with 2 laps to go. So, James Pierce now coming through the S's. And off of Le Mans corner, down Ullman Straight.
Unbelievable. I got to be holding your breath there if you're James Pierce. I'll let you bring this over to the white flag, and then I'll take over there, Tom.
Alrighty. Here we go. A great race ran by James Pierce so far. He's got to put 1 more good lap together. Keep the car clean. Keep it together. Off or into the second to last corner and off the final corner. The bumpy corner. He's going to hold it straight. Push it out way out to the wall. Cross the line to start the white flag lap.
We got 1 more lap to go here in the Sunshine Grand Prix. James Pierce, the man that put this thing on the pole, ran a masterclass race. An absolute accolade. Puts the entire field a lap behind himself. He's going to be going through turn 3 for the final time. Oh, a little bit of car in front of him. That's going to be okay. He's going to make it through there just fine through the dog leg for the final time. Into turn 5, then the switchback to the left-hander into turn 6, then off a Le Mans turn here off of 7 down the Ullman Straight for the final time. He's got 1 more push to pass. He ain't even going to use it. He's going to keep this thing rolling. He's got a big gap here, the whole lap over second place. Unbelievable way to start a season. What an unbelievable race we have witnessed from start to finish. Battles throughout, little bit of carnage, a little bit of survival game, but off of turn 9, it is James Pierce who's going to take the victory in the Sunshine Grand Prix.
Travis Smith now rounding the final corner. Going to come home P2 in that number 69 BMW M Team Ram. Steven Ritter's the story for tonight. What a comeback drive by this 99 car. Coming home P3, rounding out your podium positions. Here comes Alexander Light now off the final corner. Coming home P4. Here comes Drew Hopkins. Now,
Oh no,
he's got time. Lap. He's got time. 17 seconds behind him is Rob Collier. It's a good thing you had that big gap there. He is going to round out your top 5.
Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable race. Wow. I'm a loss for words. I can't believe what we've witnessed here tonight. This is an amazing race. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. What an absolute race. Absolute race we got to watch. And we got to call, really. We had huge hopes for tonight. I mean, it did not disappoint at all.
Yeah,
All right.
lived up to all the hype for sure. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. All right. Let's go ahead and bring down your P3 finisher for tonight, Steven Ritters. Let's see if he's in the chat here. Steven Ritters not in the chat. Let's go ahead and see if maybe we can get him in here. Doesn't look like for the moment. If Steven Ritters shows back up, we will get a interview from him. But right now, Steven Ritters, your P3 finisher. And we will move on to second place, which is Travis Smith. Let's bring him up here. Travis, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Travis, what a great run you had tonight. You mainly kept the car clean other than a small little incident you have, but nonetheless, Travis, a P2 finish to start off this season. How does that feel?
Oh, man, excellent. I couldn't be any happier with that drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we had some very strong competitors tonight, right? I mean, we had your teammate, Alexander Light, Drew Hopkins, Steven Ritters. We had even Greg Shaw up there for a little bit before a little bit of trouble happened there. But how are you feeling? How was the car feeling, even with all that competition around you?
It was great. It was an excellent drive. A couple times the car was trying to overheat on me, so I had to cool it down a little bit, shift a little bit earlier, lose a little bit of time doing that. But outside of that, the car drove great. Very happy with how things went. Was a little frustrated on that spin because it put me behind Greg, and I know he's a nightmare to battle against. But then he spun out, and I was able to get around him, so got lucky with that. But yeah, car went well. Car drove great.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it was still a phenomenal drive. You qualify up front, you get past that standing start chaos, you keep the car clean, and you find yourself P2. Congratulations on that run tonight. It's got to be a great race, a great start to the season for yourself, and congratulations for that. Jay, that's all I got for Travis here. What do you got for him?
Wait, Travis, what an amazing drive you had tonight. I mean, I believe you only had like one mistake, and it was I mean, just an amazing drive throughout the night. Unbelievable. You were right there in contention. I picked you at the top. I'm glad I didn't jinx you like I do most guys. But who do you have to thank for your performance here tonight?
Oh, just the wife and kids. Allow me to do this, get away from them, and supporting me with that element of things, you know. Thanks to Alex helping me with the setup, kind of combining a couple different things there. James being the rabbit on the stick. For a while there, for a brief moment, I thought maybe if he makes a mistake, I could catch him, but he's just so quick, man. Hopefully I'll get there.
Absolutely. We got a long season ahead of us and a lot of different racetracks to go to. So congratulations on your P2 finish tonight. Nonetheless, big shout out to Travis Smith's wife and kids. Thank you for letting him come out here and giving us some great on-track content. We truly appreciate you. And Travis, we hope to see you in the next one.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate all the hard work. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, that was your P2 finisher. We may have Steven Ritters now up in here. Let's see if he can come in here real quick. Maybe we'll just go to the race winner first, and then we will go ahead and go back to Steven Ritters. James Pierce, your winner for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring him up here. James Pierce.
Thanks for the sex, homie.
Yeah. You're killing me, bro. You're killing me.
I forgot that's my joined one for this server only.
James, what a drive you had tonight. You put the whole field one lap down. Wow. Okay, this is the same question I ask most people when we go into a race like this. How much do you charge for your clinic that you put on?
Free.
Oh, it's free.
I mean, whatever SK wants.
He said it's free. Hey, come on down to the Nexus Sim Racing Leagues. Get yourself a free clinic here by James Pierce and become a better driver. That's all I heard.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. Raced quite hard on it, and being in the chat with the boys and trying to catch them back on the lap down challenge was kind of fun. But no, I think everyone ran a good race. It was just, I felt really comfortable in the car for the first time in a while, so pretty good with that. And just let the cards fall. And that one didn't make any big mistakes considering I had driven it quite a bit. So glad with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you come out here, you put it on pole. You said you only put one lap of practice in, and you just drive away from the field. What we saw tonight was just that natural driving talent that we see with plenty of other leagues. But James, tonight you were on top of the world. Nobody had what you had tonight. A very, very impressive performance. Congratulations on your win tonight, James. Jay, that's all I got for James here. What do you got for him?
Yeah, I got a couple questions here for James. So I've talked to you off stream about this. I want to bring it up here in the chat or in the live stream here. Dega Boys are putting up a Grand Slam challenge for any driver who's able to win in all 3 series this season. So James, my question is, we're gonna see you on Sundays and Wednesdays now. You're 1/3 there, man.
Wednesdays is a gamble, but hopefully I'll be there for the Sunday Sports Car. Even though it's my birthday, I should be going to should be racing on Daytona with you guys.
All right.
So.
Well, maybe the birthday boy can get a race win, right?
Yeah, from the back of the grid, because my dad's birthday celebration was yesterday, so I couldn't make it to the qualifying. So we'll have to start from the back, but I'll take the challenge. I'm looking forward to it.
Heck yeah. All right, well, there it is. We might see James around here, a little offense, see if we can get this Grand Slam challenge here done. But my last question here, James, for you is, who do you have to thank for your absolute thrilling, dominant performance here tonight at Sebring?
I'd like to thank Fanatec for their equipment support and their equipment that it's allowed me to do well as Pulse Designs, everyone at the 212 group that I've brought in so far. That they've really kind of become a home for me as I'm still kind of navigating, not really being fully dedicated to the team. So it's good to see. I have a family at the moment, and I'm enjoying racing with them. So thank them, as well as thank the boys at Racing Aces. They're kind of the little homies for me. So I enjoy racing with them, and it's pretty much a family environment there as well. So I enjoy coming in here and chatting with them during the races out here. So thank them as well, and you guys too. So for putting on a good league and putting on a good show for all of us to enjoy, and really kind of culminates in a good package that I think a lot of people would love to be a part of. So for all the people that have signed up and people in the future, it's a great product that I think has stood the test of time as it's grown and improved. And I think the stream has indicated that it's definitely gone up in quality ever since. So I think the ceiling's at the moment.
All right. Oh, man, that's like the best comment we've ever had for our broadcast channel. Thank you so much for those kind words. We truly appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming out here, giving us some great product on track, great racing. And James, we hope to see you in the next one.
Yes, sir.
That was your race winner for tonight, James Pierce. If you could have saw his camera there. A little bit of a goofball for sure. But hey, look at this. We've got Steven Ritters now in the chat. Let's bring him down. Steven Ritters, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you. You got me?
I got you, my guy. What an absolute performance you put on tonight. Look, you qualified P4, and I'll go through it, but what happened at the start there?
Well, I haven't really had a chance to really practice start this car from a standing start, and I was so focused on my revs that I neglected to put it into gear. So that's what happened there.
All right. So a little bit of fumbling there with the gears, but you find yourself still taking off from the grid in the back of the pack. You fight your way all the way up. The highest qualifier with the primary tires. That's what I was so excited about. That's why I chose you for the race, because I feel like you were really going to make it interesting there. And nonetheless, you still did the battling that you had on track, the lap cars you had to go by. I mean, it was just an unbelievable performance that you put on tonight.
Well, I was the author of my own demise there. I spotted James a good 50, 60 seconds with putting myself in the back of the pack and other incidents that happened trying to fight through traffic. So, I wish I had a more boring race, but, I'll tell you the truth, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, well, it looked fun from up here in the booth, and you definitely put on a show. And I don't know what else to explain this except for maybe Hard Charger of the Year award for this race right here. Unbelievable what you were able to do in that Team McLaren IndyCar here tonight with the Nexus Leagues. Congratulations on your P3. You gotta be happy with it. Share your thoughts coming across the start-finish line.
I was just happy it was over. Tires were starting to go as I had to pit a little bit early in the second stint, so I was a little bit. The tires were a little bit tired at the end there, but generally speaking, I'm happy. I'm looking forward to getting into some oval racing and maybe some tracks are a little easier on the wrist because I have a pretty heavy direct drive wheel here that's battering me around for a good hour.
All right. Well, congratulations with your P3 here tonight, Steven. You get a buttload of points here tonight as well, coming home also with the Never Quit award, as I would say. Maybe a little bit of a Chastain attitude that we saw. Never give up. But Jay, that's all I got for Steven here. What do you got for him?
Yeah, Steven, just like Tom said, hard charger, never give up. Unbelievable drive. You were the show tonight. It seemed like every time we panned to you, you were in a battle somewhere. Absolutely making amazing moves. It's so fun to watch. Thanks for that awesome content. But who do you have to thank for your performance here tonight?
My family back home in Montreal. They're watching. They watch most of my races. My wife, Shannon, and my two kids who are twins, 6 months old, Kaya and Lex.
Oh, man. Well, look, let's just sit here real quick and give a huge shout out to Steven's wife for letting him come out here and give us some great on-track content. We truly appreciate you and the dynamic that you have there to let Steven come out here and race here with the Nexus Grand Prix Championships and give us a great product tonight. We really appreciate it. Steven, we appreciate you and your absolutely awesome drive that you had tonight. And Steven, we hope to see you in the next one.
Awesome, guys. Thank you, too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That is the top 3 for tonight. Let's go ahead and pull up the results. We'll go through it for you. We'll go through the top 10 with you real quick. Steven Ritter's, for some reason, up top. That's not true. Apologize for that. On top tonight, James Pierce, Travis Smith coming home P2, Steven Ritter's P3, Alexander Light P4, Drew Hopkins P5, Rob Collier P6, Cameron Keeley P7, Richard Swindell P8, Jeff Wubker with that early fantastic battles he had comes home P9, and Greg Shaw rounds out your top 10 for tonight. An unbelievable showing that we had here, Jay. I'm going to let you do your deal because you're great at it, and I'm not going to be able to find the words, so take it away.
Oh, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable night of racing. I think the Dega boys need a sponsorship from Halls or something because I am losing my voice here. I think I forgot to breathe halfway through. Unbelievable. Dallas even said it in the chat. I was going ham. Unbelievable. We saw just an absolute thrill of a race from the beginning. We saw a great start to this race. We saw some great action, side-by-side action throughout the night. We saw some 3-wide action. You saw guys being brave on the brakes. We saw a little bit of drama, a little bit of a misfortune for some of these drivers throughout the night. The recoveries that we saw guys like Ritter have a great qualifying run. We heard that he was having troubles with the gears, trying to watch his revs, fell to the back of the field, drove to the front, then even had an incident, still found a way to get back on the podium. We saw great pace out of the BMW teams tonight with Alexander Light, with Gregory Shaw, Travis Smith. They were up in contention all night long. Hopkins, oh man, what a great drive it was for him. Battles throughout the field, unbelievable. We're to the point right now, Tom, I'm going to steal this because all of our sayings get stolen, so I'm going to steal this one too. This is one of those nights where it's just fantastic racing and we have to wrap up, and I just do not want to. I don't. I had just a blast up here. What a way to kick off a season. Unbelievable.
It really is. I mean, you can't start it off better than this, Jay. Here, Sebring Modified with the Indy cars finally back on iRacing. We took a chance here with Steven. Huge shout out to Steven. This thing was an absolute success. No other word to describe that. Phenomenal, maybe. Just absolutely... and excuse my French, kick ass tonight. You can't get better than that, Jay. Anywhere else, you can't get better than it. So, with that being said, though, we're going to wind this down. If you guys want to be part of the channel, make sure you guys go to our channel, hit that join button, become a member. It means a lot to Jay and I. It means a lot to our channel. All those proceeds that go into or through the memberships go right back into our channel to help build this to become a better product for you, the viewer, the listener, whatever you may be. We truly appreciate it, as well as everybody who came out, liked, commented, and subscribed. If you guys also like what you see, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications every time we post new content. Lots of cool stuff coming out here in the future. If you guys also like some of our merch, look what Jay's wearing. I got it too. Big Daddy INSA, Big Daddy NASCAR. If you're part of our podcast, you know what we're talking about. If you don't know what we're talking about, hit up our podcast. Lots of cool stuff going on there. And this is my transition back to Jay to talk about podcasts.
Yes. Tomorrow, Full Send Half-Mass Podcast. Formula One is back. WEC is back. We're getting into some real racing again, just like you saw tonight. If you liked what you saw tonight, you're going to love our podcast tomorrow. We're going to set you up for the opening round of the World Endurance Championship, the opening round for Formula One. Unbelievable. And then we got to talk about the NASCAR, the Big Daddy NASCAR drama, some news, this whole Atlanta weekend. You don't want to miss it. We got a lot of stuff to say. I've been working on content and lines that you got to watch it. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love tomorrow's podcast. So tune in. Don't want to miss it. Also, we got a watch party coming up here in the month of March. I know it's a little early, but we got 2 more weeks to get their polls in. We got 4 races up on our community page for you to vote upon. So make sure you guys hit that vote, get the race you want to watch, and we'll be right here to watch it along with you. It'll be a fun time. And also, Formula One starting this weekend. I'll talk about this again tomorrow. But Formula One Fantasy League. It's a lot of fun. You're going to be able to compete with me and Tom and see how good you are at picking Formula One Fantasy. It's a great time. That link is also in our community page. It's also on our Discord, which I'll hand it back over to Tom to talk about our awesome Discord.
Yeah, also our Discord, make sure you guys join that if you want to keep up on all concurrent news coming out for the racing world. There's really nothing that we don't miss there in the Discord. The link is down below. Make sure you guys join it and keep up to date with all the news coming out in the racing world. Also, follow all of our social links as well. TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or X, or Facebook. Make sure you guys go follow all that. It means a lot to us as well as we start continuing to build our platform across other platforms as well. We want to thank, or did I miss anything here, Jay?
Oh, I think we pretty much nailed this one here, Tom.
Yeah, we did. All right. Look, thank you guys for coming out and watching this just fantastic, amazing race. And we truly appreciate everybody who came out and commented. One more here. Samantha says, what a comeback race for Steven. Way to go. Absolutely. I think we have beaten that dead horse as much as we can here tonight. But a phenomenal drive nonetheless by Steven. But thank you once again for coming out, watching this race, commenting, subscribing. It means so much to us building this channel. We all appreciate you. We appreciate everybody who put this league on as well. Steven Down, a huge one to thank here. And this has been another broadcast here at the Dig It Boys channel. This has been Thomas and Jay in the booth. And we hope to see y'all in the next one.